It's young Machete here, and I want to talk about the release of Trollz by 6ix9ine. Now, as expected, it's breaking so many records and it's going to extreme heights. Heights people didn't think a rapper could reach after snitching, and 6ix9ine is proving the whole world wrong in setting himself to be one of the hottest rappers for a long while. But with the release of this track, there's actually so much to talk about behind the scenes, so much commentary around 6ix9ine's wave, so let's discuss. I actually want to discuss two topics. The first topic being maybe some of the hate 6ix9ine receives can be justified from a certain type of people. Now, I don't hate 6ix9ine, I honestly have no reason to. The dude's entertaining, but I started trying to see this whole situation from different perspectives, and I started kind of realizing that maybe it can be justified from certain people. Now, I want you to listen to my points first, process what I'm saying at the end of the video, and feel free to tell me in the comment section below whether I'm right or wrong, whether I'm whiling, I'm reaching, or if I'm right. Now, first of all, this is the start of 6ix9ine actually working with other artists. Nicki Minaj is the first rapper to hop on a track with him, and this is great for 6ix9ine. This is opening doors for him. But later, they started talking on an Instagram live, and Nicki Minaj said something really interesting that was really thought-provoking. She started talking about how her husband doesn't condone snitching and how a certain type of people from a certain type of background also don't like 6ix9ine because of the fact that he snitched. They live with this no snitch code. And she was talking about how she understands that and how she respects that because she takes in consideration where these people come from. Then I started thinking about people like Snoop Dogg and Meek Mill, some of the older generation rappers who still practice their fuck 6ix9ine mentality because he snitched. And I started thinking of the way people were treating them online, and for the most part, people were slandering them. They were chastising Meek and Snoop. People were telling them that they're old, they don't want to see change in the industry. Just because somebody did something doesn't mean you should outcast them, especially if they're putting out good music. And the crazy part is that that way of thinking is honestly true, but it doesn't really apply to all people. Now, for us suburban kids, which were 99% of the people that were slandering Meek and Snoop, we aren't allowed to antagonize 6ix9ine. This part of the conversation makes sense because we don't actually come from that type of background. We don't actually hold those morals to heart. And people from the suburbs know damn well that they'd probably snitch on their own friends if it meant them not getting expelled from school, let alone serving plus 10 years in prison. However, when you try to apply this type of thinking to somebody who actually comes from those types of backgrounds, somebody who actually has a former or current affiliation with crime, somebody who actually lived the type of lifestyle that 6ix9ine was pretending to have come from, then the hate can possibly be justified. Now, I'm not saying that it is justified, that's a topic for another video, but I am saying that it may be up for debate. For us suburban hip hop kids to come after them, to tell them that they're out of touch and they're old, and pretty much discredit the fact that this isn't just a game or entertainment to them like it is for us. This is something they may actually follow like a religion. It's pretty unfair. We listen to so many songs about violence and street life, and we forget the fact that this wasn't always just music to some people. This was reality. Now, the second part of the video I want to talk about is the charts. I actually brought up this point in my previous video, but after Gooba blew up and broke all the records on YouTube, it actually fell off the Billboard top 10 pretty quick, like really quickly. And I just wanted to know, is this a possibility that 6ix9ine may be running on fumes? Is it possible that the hype around him is always just momentary hype that dies very quickly once it stops trending and people move on, nothing long term? As of right now, it's honestly too soon to actually tell because he's only released 2 tracks after him coming out of prison. So we can only really tell if Trollz falls off the charts quickly. If that actually happens, then it may be a confirmation. But granted that he is actually putting out a Spanish album soon, so maybe the switch up in his musical style might actually be the change needed for people to keep taking him seriously. Feel free to comment below what you think, and if you like this video, you should probably watch this next video. Click on it right now. I'm sure you'd like it if you like this video.